Greetings and salutations, people of the internet. I am Pankapu, here with Ulysse of Two Time Game Studios, and tonight we are going to be playing Pankapu, and we're also going to be talking about
Hi guys, happy to see you there, and thank you Pankapu for this stream.
And I think he has an epic beard, Omega. I wish that I could grow mine so wonderfully.
One day.
One day, right?
Don't worry.
Unfortunately, with
don't
my
fight.
with my regular day job, I have to wait a while until I can do that. Right now, this is the best I can do.
I'm actually doing it because I have this kind of job now.
First and foremost, you are from Two Kind Studio. So tell us a little bit about Pankapu before we get into the actual playing of it.
So hi everyone. So Pankapu, so it's the first game that we are doing at Toucan Studio. So Toucan Studio actually it's a really young studio. We have been created since 6 months actually as a really real company. Otherwise we are working on the project since 2 years now. And we are hoping to release the first chapter for this summer, actually. So yeah, Pankapu is an action platformer in 2D, mixing action platformer and role-playing games, and it's gonna be episodic. So as I said, the first episode with the chapter 1 and chapter 2 gonna be ready for this summer.
So the first question, I don't know if you saw it from Omega, but is where'd you get the name Pankapu?
Actually, it's come from nowhere. Actually, it's Jerome, our director, who come. It's Jimmy and Jerome, the two first creators of Pankapu. They were the first one to go on this project. It's their little baby. And one day, so Jerome come with this name. Actually, it's come really from nowhere. So it's like this. We found it and we say, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Let's go with this one.
Now I know from reading up on you guys, there's 4 of you, right?
No, we are 5.
5, okay.
Yeah.
The last thing that I said last thing I saw was 4 fans of classical games making games in France was the last one that I had read.
That's right, but after, so we got Nathan, so with a guy who's doing all the animation and a part of the illustration too. So now we are 5. And we can say we are 6 because we have one guy who's doing all the music. It's a friend of the team, so we can say he's part of the team too.
Okay. So you expanded yourselves a bit, which is pretty
Exactly.
awesome. I know I played the very first alpha, I want to say June or July of last year is when I posted that.
Exactly.
In the very, very little bit I've seen from what I've played, I noticed that one of the things that I commented on, which I'm going to leave that for when we actually, hey PQ, when we actually get started as to what my critique was, I had noticed that it had been added. So I take that as you're taking your feedback from the community?
Exactly. We are trying a lot to. Actually, it's part of my job of every day. I try to read everything, to watch every video that we have about the game, and in order to understand how you are playing the game, because we are doing. Actually, it's our baby, but at the same time, we want that you are playing with it. So it's kind of be weird like this, but yeah, we want that you play with the game. So it's really important to understand how you are using it, how you are playing with it. So it's why I'm actually looking at every video that's on the web.
So I have got to say, man, that's huge applause to you for that, because there's a lot of other game companies that kind of take the feedback from their players and pick and choose which things that they want to implement, and for the most part it seems like no, we're just going to keep it the way that we had it before, because we'd rather play it the way we want to play it, not the way that our players, the ones who are actually enjoying the game, want to play it. So
I can understand with big companies that it can be complicated to change everything, and us, we are small, so like when I see something I can just say, hey, to my dev, like, hey, I just saw that and there is a problem with this, we have to fix it now. So, and in the hour or in the day it's done, so it's why it can be really quick with us. It's because I just have to look up my laptop and ask my dev to do the little fix. So it's really easy with that, and we're actually really happy. It's actually the first part I forgot to say, but I'm really happy to see you playing my game, actually.
And I'm really happy to be playing it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. There will be a little bit of silence as the initial story, and this is more for you guys watching. I'm gonna let the initial story play as it was intended to. Wait, I can't remember. I remember the style of it, but did the intro bit did that have voice acting or no?
Yeah, we got the voice acting now, thanks to Kai Kennedy. So
okay.
Yeah, he done all the voice of the narrator now.
Excellent. So
yeah, and we love his voice.
I don't have to make up voices for characters until we get to the actual gameplay part. So awesome.
Exactly, but you can do again the voice of Chi. Last time it was really perfect, so do it again, please.
I'm trying to remember how I did that voice, but I'm sure I'll remember when I get to that point.
Yeah.
But alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with Pankapu the Dreamkeeper. As noted here, it is an alpha version, as I have mentioned previously. Special attacks. Okay, that's new.
Yeah.
That's new. Alright, let's... This is the thing that I had mentioned in my original playthrough, was the fact that there wasn't a screen, a pop-up of any kind that said, this is how you do this, that, and the other. And if there was, I missed it. I know that in the initial Unity loading screen, you can go to controls and you can set them yourself, but in-game itself, I don't recall seeing it at all.
No, we done it recently for the Kickstarter, actually, because we wanted to give it to everyone, so we wanted to be sure that everyone can understand that they can switch now ages, and they can play two characters at the same time.
Alright, game.
It's okay.
Shaharel, are you all right?
Oh, that is a very fitting voice.
It's nothing, sweetie. Just a bad dream because of the storm. Come here. When I was your age, my grandmother used to tell me a story that kept nightmares away. This tale takes place in the world of dreams known as Omnia. All the beings of this realm lived peacefully, filling the world with hope. Alas, one gloomy day, a horde of creatures passed through the veil, the plane which separates this world from the world of nightmares. These Hya-Nagi invaded Omnia, spreading their corruption wherever they went.
And another comment here. I'm really glad that I got the pronunciation of that right, because that I remember tripping over my tongue on that a little bit.
I remember.
The world of dreams was threatened, and with it,
But actually, it's really weird because I cannot hear the voice of Sky on the Skype conversation.
Oh, you can.
So I was actually really worried that the sound cannot appear. So no, I'm happy that you can hear everything.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, like I told you the other day, I'd never done the screen share thing before, and apparently I can't share the sound either. But at least my feedback is letting me know that it's working well.
Fortunately, Ikitomi, the Hymn of Dreams, decided
jacked
it
that
was
up
time to
terribly.
take action. With his tremendous power, he gathered all the remaining
Oh, I
dream
can
matter
understand.
and
It's not really easy name. So
Yeah.
it's come from the Lakota, a lot from Lakota
and
culture.
gave birth to a guardian that would be able to push back the Yanagi invasion.
Wait, where did what was?
From the Lakota,
Okay, and that is.
India. Sorry, it's Indian.
Oh.
Actually, it's Indian American, I think. It's Lakota. But I'm not using it correctly. It's my accent. I'm really sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
His name was
Pankapu. Oh crap! I skipped past, but Pankapu the Dreamkeeper.
That's the name.
Pepu. Hi, Pankapu. Okay, these guys I have to come up with voices. So, hi, Pankapu. I'm Ikitomi, Hymn of the Dreams. Wonder what you're doing here. You are inside Pepu, the treewood root of Omnia, the world of dreams. Inhabitants of the Nightmare's territory went through the veil which prevented them from coming into our realm. Those Yanagi spread a corruption faced of which even I am helpless. Fortunately, I have more than one trick up my sleeve, so I created you from dreams in order for you to be in charge of repelling this invasion. Don't worry, little Dreamkeeper. You won't be powerless in front of those enemies. I entrust you with the power of the Bravery Aegis. Equipped with your scarlet armor and your sword, you'll be able to defeat all the nightmares blocking your path. Since you seem to be taking this mission to heart, I'll reveal your first task as Guardian. One of the forest inhabitants, a spirit named Ohiti, seems to have some trouble. Go meet him and help him defeat the Yanagis that are after him. Go forth, Dreamkeeper. Protect Omnia with the power of your bravery.
Great, good job.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty impressive.
I couldn't do anything in that screen, so I'm guessing that's just a screen for cutscene.
Exactly. Oh, what's happening? What up?
My controller decided to not want to work right.
Whoa.
Let's see if this will fix it.
What kind of controller are you using?
Xbox One controller.
Xbox One. We got some problem with that. Because we just recently received the Xbox One dev kit. We have some problem with the Xbox One controller. It's really new for us. We just recently received the dev kit for this.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was a simple fix on mine. There we go. Now I can
Yeah? Great.
jump. Slashy, block. Now, I saw that there was a special attack.
Exactly.
So, I do not remember this special attack business.
So yeah, you can do
Is that a
anything.
little fire shield?
And you have, yeah, exactly, fireball around you that doing the damage. Exactly.
Oh, that's so cool!
And if you just press the attack with bravery, so the red, you can send your sword now.
That is awesome.
Sure.
Oh,
But
I'm
use
so
it
good.
now.
Yes. Oh. I remember fighting you. Oh, I can't wholly remember, so I'm gonna end up giving him the Elfie's voice. As you can see, I had full control of the situation. Was that it? Was that the one that I... That was?
It's
Okay.
not exactly the same, but it's really good.
It's not like I need your help, it's just... you look new around here, and it would be bad if you lose yourself. I'm King, the magic spider, and I know I'm yelling at the back of my leg. Looking for a official, right? This house is at the heart of Ulysse's pond. You have to cross the dust forest to get here. You know what? I'll come with you so you won't get lost. It has nothing to do with those oddities around here. Nothing at all. So let's go.
Pretty good job. Mixing the air and that guy, that's fun.
Alright, so this is new.
Exactly. So he doesn't already have special attack, but he got the dash, the backdash now. Yeah, exactly. So you can go through people now, and they will not hurt you.
And I noticed that he has the double jump as well, which is...
Exactly.
I've never quite understood where the double jump came from in video games, but Lord, do I love it. Hey, listen! How lucky you just found an enemy. It holds a unique power for your bravery Really, I should remember that word. Your bravery agis. By picking up, you can obtain the third attack in your sword combo. There's a lot more of them all around Omnia, but usually those swords are uncommon and pretty well hidden. Gather them all and you'll become even more powerful. Watch out, Yanagi. That Dream Keeper is coming. So,
Good job.
thank you. Now I know this was built in Unity.
Yeah.
Where you guys, and I saw that you posted in there. Oh, I like I like range attacks.
So exactly, he's doing the range attacks, but the problem is really weak. So if he's taking one damage, it's not the same as bravery. He's gonna lose like two hearts or maybe more, depending on the attack. So you have to. So with bravery, you can really be tanky, but with really small damage. But with ardor, so you can be really good with your damage. But if you're taking a damage, you're gonna lose your life.
Okay, so it's a lot more unforgiving, going toe to toe with the other enemies as this guy, as opposed to the bravery.
Exactly. And this one is ardor.
Well, that makes sense because normally your ranged guys, your rogues or
Exactly.
elf types, depending on.
Exactly.
I've never quite understood why elves are always associated with
With the arrow.
with the bow and arrows, but now these little cat ball things, the little collectible guys, like the one I just grabbed a second ago.
Yeah, the Mojin.
They're what?
We call them the Mojin.
Okay.
It's again, it's come from the Lakota culture, and it's the kind of word for small spirit, for courage.
Okay. See, I just thought that they were stranded little cat orbs. Look how cute they are.
Exactly.
Oh, I can't see my mouse. I I was trying to circle his little face with my mouse, but okay, here we go. Back into the game. Very, very professionally styled stream here at Simco Games.
And by the way, thank you to the stream. I'm reading the chat and thank you for your lovely word. Thank you.
Yeah, and depends on the legends, Omega. It very much depends on the legends. Elves had different skill sets based on whichever legends you happen to have been tuned into. Oh, that was a thing that I was going to ask you earlier. Are you at all familiar with Dust and Elysian Tale?
Exactly. It's actually one game that we really, really love at the studio. And for us, it was kind of a really big reference. And actually, we are really jealous about the guy who's done that because he was alone.
Yeah.
And when we saw the job that he has done just by himself, we were jealous.
Towards the end, right before it got fully published, as I understand it, he actually did get some help with like fine-tuning the music and stuff. But and I think some of the voice work, but as far as all the programming, yeah, you're exactly right.
And the animation at first, because actually it's a guy who was doing animation for Walt Disney thing or something like that. And it's actually pretty impressive what he have done in this game. All the animation are just perfect.
Well, that's actually one of the ones out. I wanted to use my out. I keep wanting to use the trigger for the block as opposed to. Oh yeah, I can totally get you as opposed to the B button. But yeah, that's actually one that I've been playing in stream recently. And I was looking back on it, and the guys that are here with us right now, President Quackers, Omega, and Hero, they're actually working on a fan game for me, which is very touching. And I definitely wanted them here to get the chance to, since you've been working on this, get to actually talk about the work that's gone into making this.
Of course.
That I bring up Dust, aside from the fact that it was one guy, and I'm backtracking here a little bit because my gamer sense is tingling. But the reason I bring up Dust, and I'd also go ahead and bring up Undertale in that as well, is small studios or individuals making what turns out to be a hugely critically acclaimed game. And based on the fact that you're taking in fan feedback, the artwork in this is absolutely stunning. I think the music suits the mood for this first area. So just in this initial bit that I've done so far, I'd say that I would say that you're in contention to stand amongst those giants, being Undertale and Dust. I've already invested quite a bit of time and effort into wanting to help you get there. So obviously, I want you guys to be hugely successful. Otherwise, I would have invited. I wouldn't have reached stage 3. We're skipping.
So yeah, the first stage was so the first part with the fight with Chi, and the second stage was just after the back screen. But we didn't say to the second stage because It was in the same one.
Oh, okay. So
But
you're
just
wanting
the
to show
alpha,
off more of
it's gonna be a change.
you're wanting to show more of the variety of the game than just focus on like a beginning to end demo.
Exactly. So yeah, it's what you have to understand. Yeah, in this alpha, it's that it's all this level will not be like this later. It was just a showcase for everyone during the Kickstarter in order to understand the game and more about the gameplay about the game. So it's why there is not so much story. There is just the beginning, but after it's just random levels that you got there. And in order to understand all the different levels that you will have after.
Oh, okay. When you actually get in and play, is it y'all's intention to have both of these characters available right off the get-go, or are they going to be like gradually earned over time? Like obviously you're going to start with the bravery, like was in the previous alpha, but are you going to have him as well? And I noticed that there was 3 different colored orbs alongside the P, so I'm assuming that there is at least a third Aegis.
Exactly. So yeah, indeed. So you will have the 3 ages at the end, but first you will have bravery, and later you will unlock the second one, and really later you will have the third one.
Okay.
It will depend of the story. Actually, you will unlock them with the story.
Okay, this arrow in the dark thing is very, very helpful, since I can hardly... I like how the dark is, like, it's not an ominous... Okay, hi, how you doing? I don't like you, you're big and foggy, and apparently dead. Okay. Emergency averted. But it's a very interesting, what do I want to say? Hi. Words are hard right now. I finally got hit. Okay. Yeah, those got hit for the first time as him, and that really did. Took a nice chunk out of me. It's an interesting kind of duality that you got going on here, because the darkness of this area is very, very I don't want to say crushing, but since I have my little ring of safety right here, but once I move on until I find one of those mushrooms, it's you are freaking wonderful for that. I am apparently in a lot of pain. But you have your nice little ring of light here, and then this very, very ominous darkness surrounding you, and this calm, relaxing music in the background. So I really like like I said, the duality of that. And I don't know if I've already mentioned this, at least in tonight's stream. I know I mentioned this in my YouTube video when I did that. Are you dead? You're dead. I love the music in this game as well. It's, like I said before, it's very fitting to the areas that you're fighting in. And this latest addition to the level, as I've seen them, definitely continues that. Nope, don't want anything to do with you, buddy. I'm very reliant on my very reliant on distance fighting, especially in platformers. If I can avoid the... Okay, you're different, and I can't hurt you.
No.
That's an interesting...
You cannot already...
Say what?
Yeah, you cannot already kill them now. you will have to find a new competency later. So you will destroy the red crystals that they have on them. But for the moment, you don't have this competency, so you cannot kill them.
Okay.
Wanted to show you that you will have some levels where you cannot go, or you will not kill some enemy because you don't already have the competency, and later you will come back and you will find another way thanks to those new competencies.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like a learning curve. Okay, a little bit of a timing bit here. Decided to brave that one jump. Ow, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. So, over time, are the attacks, like, I notice his base attack is a 30, stage 5, okay, again with the skipping, but I understand that now.
Yeah.
I know his base attack was a 30, his is a 20 until you get to the third slice, which I thought was 40. But is there intention of, like, over time? Ooh, I wanted to do the thing.
Exactly. Over time, you will have new competency and a bigger combo. So actually, we are thinking about 5 hits for the moment, but maybe we will have more later.
Okay.
And so, as you saw, so the third hit can stun and doing a little knockback. So the fourth will do another thing, and the fifth to again, etc., etc. So every combo will be more and more dangerous.
Okay. Ooh. Hi there. You're one of those weird blobby things, but you have a tree stump growing out of your head. That's an interesting choice of design. It looks like a tree until his face pops up, and then it doesn't.
Good kill.
Now, I didn't mention this early. Hey, it's an Animus! Well, this new power, you'll be able to break red crystals with your... Oh! Like the ones we found in this area. Let's give it a try, slash the crystals that block our way and destroy them. Okay. Okay. And I'm guessing this now means that I can slashy these guys.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Take that out. Now the style of the cutscenes, the comic book style. Oh, hello. Was that drawn in-house, or did you have somebody help with that? Oh,
What do you mean? Sorry.
Was the
You cannot. You cannot.
I have to do distance with this guy. Okay, got it. And I'm dead.
Otherwise, you can throw your blade, your sword, and your sword can destroy every projectile, every arrow that you're gonna have in your face.
Okay.
It's destroying everything that's coming to you. So it's really useful.
That would have been a good time to display that. And it gets rid of those two. Oh.
But you cannot have access now.
Oh. comic book style art that was the initial cutscene.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah, I got that already. Was that the same artist? That
Exactly. It's the same artist.
Okay, cool.
That doing. Actually, we have two persons that's working on all the illustration. So we got Jerome, who is actually the director of it. So it's him who have done all the first illustration, and like 90% of all the illustration are done by him. And after, so we have Nathan, who is doing all the animation, and at the same time is doing some part of the illustration in game, and but not the turbo media, so not the comic book animation.
Okay.
But for example, it's Jerome who's done Bravery, and it's Nathan who have done Ardor in game.
Ow. It's a tight little spot to try and slip through right there. Use a little bit of elevation to my advantage.
It's working.
You're protecting that one. Okay, so I'm gonna use that thing because it's cool. Oh, that's how you keep getting me. Is you, even when I block, you have a backhand slash too. Okay. So with the surrounding comic book elements, one of these ones, have you guys at all considered like doing a release of just the story or some surrounding story information from the game as a comic?
Yeah. It's actually the goal of so Pankapu, and actually the goal of this studio is to create a really big story. And Pankapu is just a really small part of this big story. So later we are already thinking about doing a comic book series about some parts of so the story of Omnia, the world of dream that we have created.
Okay, so like
but it will not be about Pankapu, it will be another story.
So maybe like a story about Chi, or where the source of the Hanagi, or
It can be something like this. I will not spoil you, but it can even be during a different age.
Whoa! Whoa! That was cool.
Yeah.
It just came out of nowhere. So you already have some additional fans. President Quacker says that he wants a poster.
Yeah, well, so if you want, you can have a poster. For the moment, no, I think we don't have any more posters in pre-order, because it's just pre-order. But we are going to create them soon. So maybe on the Twitter you will see a tweet telling you that you can order new poster.
I know I'm kind of fawning over the same points, but I think that they're all important points. The artwork is fantastic. The music is fantastic. It was a little difficult, the control scheme, but that's just because I was using the Xbox One controller and I had to fiddle with it to get it to work right. But that's on my controller. That's not on what y'all have done.
And it will change because during Kickstarter we done some stretch goal in order to have some release on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So we got them. So we normally next year So yeah, next year we are going to release the complete game on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So
That-
this one, the Xbox One will work.
That answered a question that was a question that I meant to ask earlier, and I completely neglected it. Shame on me. But I was going to ask if there was intent on porting this to other systems, and there's the answer, which is
Exactly.
great, because I know. I mean, it's easier for me to stream from my PC, but I've primarily been a console gamer for the longest time, so I'm more comfortable with the controls of the console. Even with the Steam controller as an option. Now, I saw that you guys were greenlit, which
Yeah.
fan-freaking-tastic for that. Do you have intent on also putting Steam controller support in the game?
Not already, but we will try later. I'm not already sure if we will receive some or not, but actually it will depend if we can grab one of this controller.
Makes sense. I mean, when I fooled around with it earlier, and I was looking on the Steam support pages, the Steam controller itself, like the community, if there isn't a pre-programmed mapping for the game, the community can create one.
Okay.
It's just a matter of either loading up the pre-mapped one into your Steam controller or creating a new map that you're comfortable with when you start playing. So it's got a little bit more freedom as far as the mapping goes, but there are certain aspects of it that I don't like that would completely not be applicable to your game.
Like the moving joystick, they will not be really useful, indeed.
Well, I mean, it's got the main joystick, which is fine, and then the touchpad for your secondary movement. It's supposed to be a touchpad like a mouse, and I've seen people say that they use it for first-person shooters. I used it when I played a first-person game. I think I was playing Albino Lullaby on Steam with the Steam controller, and the movement wasn't smooth. It was kind of jerky, and it made me want. I was insistent I was going to use the Steam controller for this because, damn it, I got it. It was a birthday present. I'm going to use it, but it didn't have quite the same versatility as I'm used to with the mouse. Now, not that would really be applicable to Pankapu since it's a 2D platformer, and really all you need are the shoulder triggers, your main buttons, and your control stick.
And later you will use the crosspad for changing your weapons. So you will have different weapons, like Bravery will have like a squad who can do fires, another one can do ice or something like this, and you will change it with the cross controller.
Okay, that actually led into another question that I was going to ask anyway. So, way to jump the gun on me, and perfect segue for that.
Go.
What additions to this game that aren't spoilery can you tell us? Because you just told me that there's changing weapons and changing an elemental backing. So what other things do we have to look forward to for the future of Pankapu?
So actually we are working on the interface of the game, so we don't already show them. But so we will have a complete menu where you can like a Zelda actually, like a menu in Zelda, where you will have all your weapon, all your objects, all your object, and at the same time, so you will find some collectible in the game, which calls so animates, and this collectible will give you memories from Jarwell, so the kids at the beginning of the story, and you will collect some memories during all the game. And for example, you will have to find during the first chapter 10 memories, and every memory will give you one pictures. And when you have all the 10 pictures, you will have a short video who will give you a better understanding of what happened to Jarwell life.
Okay, so it's collectibles that actually expand on the story, not just hey, there's a thing, go get it type of collectibles. Like these are actually going to build, because there are the two stories for this. You have the story that the father is telling his child about Pankapu, and then you have that story in and of itself off to the side. So I like the fact that there's the openness to expand both of the stories simultaneously. And it's a huge undertaking that you guys are doing, because just the expansion of both stories means that there are two separate storylines that you have to write and keep track of and figure out where to place each bit, so that you're not pulling too much in one direction or the other.
Exactly. So. And moreover, in platformer game, normally there is not so much part for the story. People actually are more trying to run the game and taking not so much part of the story in it. But for us, we really wanted to mix that in it. So it's why there is a lot of role-playing game part in it, in order to give you, even if it's an action platformer, at the same time there is a really big part of the narration, which is really important for us.
Awesome.
And what I forgot too is like you will have what we call nebula, and you will upgrade all your competency, and during all the game. So
okay.
You will upgrade your competency, and at the same time you will upgrade your weapons and armor.
Okay, is that all going to be like drawn from the same pool of experience, kind of like Ori and the Blind Forest style? You had all this huge tree, but it all drew from one set of experience, and you had to like kind of strategically place where you were going to put that experience.
Not exactly. Actually, it will depend on the story of the game. It will depend if you are curious enough or not.
Okay, so if you're going the completionist route, then you're going to get more of the story and more of the upgrades and more of...
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I don't want to spoil too much, but they will have a connection between the memories and the new competencies.
Okay. Now you mentioned that the Xbox and PlayStation ports, you're planning on having those out by next year, but you also mentioned that this is going to be released episodically. So for those of us who also have a PC to play on, when can we look forward to episode 1?
So for episode 1, it will be ready for this summer. So you will have the first and second chapter. So it will be around 4 hours of games for the first episode. And after, we want to release the second episode. So it will be chapter 3 and chapter 4. Maybe 6 months after the first release. But we will see if it depends if we have more work to do on the first and second chapter after the release or not, depending on how people are receiving the game. Because if they don't like it, we will have to adapt.
Okay. Now, when you do the Xbox and PlayStation ports, is that going to be the whole game, all the chapters, or is it also going to be episodic? Okay.
it will be the complete pack on PlayStation and Xbox, and maybe Nintendo. So we don't know already if it's gonna be Wii U or NX. So we are not sure already about this export. But yeah, it will be the complete pack, and
Yeah,
maybe the CD pack at the same time.
Okay, I'm not really sure myself about what it takes to do indies on Nintendo. I'm not sure, to be completely fair. I'm not sure how accepting they are. I know they have a lot of unfriendly to non-Nintendo people policies. Like last year, their whole shtick with YouTubers that blew up. Part of the reason that I at that time didn't play any Nintendo games. Now that I'm streaming, though, I've actually been considering getting a Wii U. If for nothing else, that Mario Maker looks fun as hell.
Exactly.
As I've said before, I'm wanting this to be a resounding success. So if it's across all the platforms, if you guys can figure out a way to make that happen, more power to you. This actually would. Thinking about it, this would be a great or not mobile, but portable, like either a DS or a Vita as well.
Exactly. We were really thinking about going on so this kind of export, but yeah, we wanted Nintendo too because in the studio we all have a Wii U, so it's why we wanted to do it too. Because yeah, we really like this kind of console. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been a long time Nintendo. I mean, that was my first system, was an NES.
Exactly.
That's kind of why I'm wearing this.
Exactly. And by the way, we have a friend. I have to who's working on the game was called Bounty Battle. And I'm thinking this time to do a little promo about him because he's doing a really amazing job now. He's actually doing a kind of game who's looking like Super Smash Bros. But with all the characters from the indie culture. So we got the guys from Guacamelee, another one from Et. Maybe go on. Yeah, I would try to give you his Twitter. It's called Bounty Battle, like this, and you really have to check this. It's amazing.
All right. Well, I'm a huge fan of. I'm a huge fan of indie games in general.
Same.
Each character in the game comes from a different world and has their own backstory. Oh, but there's only a limited number of ones that you can check on, because I like the art style of this too.
And actually, it's a one-man dev again, and yeah. So he contacted us like 1 year ago, and it was very fun to see our little Pankapu fighting like this.
Oh, is Pankapu in this as well?
Exactly, yeah.
Because there are the characters that are available to see on the website. We got Ilior Dagnus, which is let me go ahead and throw this up here. Ilior Dagnus, Uskar, Zaroth, Oxo, Tyron, Iran. I threw a little Arabic flair onto that last one, but
I remove. Yeah, I can see he remove all the indie characters now.
Yeah, because up here, I'm guessing that these blanked out ones are hidden or unlockable special characters. I think that that's great, because when you have, the big bad AAA game industry guys who, I'm gonna play their games. I'll be honest. but
Yeah.
I think much better stuff comes from the indie community anymore than comes from the big devs. And I think that a lot of the big devs should take a step back and kind of learn from the smaller developers like you guys. And here's a crazy idea: instead of releasing a game a year because we should, or because we think we should, let's actually listen to our fan base and apply some things and maybe take a little bit more time with it, so that we don't have mutated faces in Assassin's Creed 3.
Exactly. I don't understand why they're doing this for this moment, but yeah, I think they have to adapt, because, for example, the recent game that gave me the best feeling in narration was Undertale.
Yep.
Recently, I never felt that since 10 years, I think.
So, Undertale didn't quite bring me to the point of tears, and I know it has brought quite a few gamer to the point of tears.
I was.
Except for at the very beginning, when I first started playing and I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and there's video proof of this on my YouTube channel. When I was dead set on doing the pacifist run for my first go round, which it turns out was a good idea, and I accidentally killed Toriel.
Oh yeah.
I thought that I had to weaken Toriel to a point that she would let me not fight her anymore.
Yeah, I done the same
I
mistake.
thought that I had to beat her down. And then I killed her. I was like, oh crap, and I exited out of the game, and I rebooted everything. And after I got past her, Flowey popped up. And I was like, you think that you didn't do anything. I know the truth, though. You killed her. I was like, oh my god, the game remembered?
He knows.
I exited before her death scene was over. I quit the game before it should have been able to remember, and it remembered.
This problem is horrible.
Going back and doing the genocide run, I felt a little heartbroken every single person that I killed up until, especially Papyrus. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that was probably one of the hardest things that I've done for the sake of it, for the sake of, games media, game journalism integrity. I had to kill Papyrus. Lord knows I didn't want to, because I freaking love Papyrus. But then there was the Sans fight. And by the time I got done with the Sans fight, I was like, I'm disconnected from this entire thing, because I have been beaten down so much. I have like 8 hours of video that I have to edit for the Sans fight and the Sans fight alone. Which is kind of embarrassing, but...
No, but I can completely understand. I'm actually listening to the OST at work, and I'm listening to the one where there is 15 minutes of each music. So I'm listening to 15 music of Megalomania or stuff like this, and I'm loving it.
Anyway, so Ulysse and I have been just kind of BSing for a little while. Hero, Omega, PQ. Yes, that's you, Hero.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if anybody else popped in. I'd really like it if there did. Nope, it's just my core group. But that's fine, because this is gonna go up on YouTube.
Okay.
And I will shoot you a link. If you wanna push that out as well,
I will send it. Exactly.
Your Kickstarter fans might have more questions, or whatever. I hope that I covered enough questions, or had enough questions to get solid answers out of you, and it wasn't just me gushing about your game for the past hour and 15 minutes. But
But if you have other question, feel free to ask me. You got my mail now, so feel free
yeah,
to contact me.
I was gonna ask Hero, Omega, PQ. Do you guys have any questions for Ulysse? That and you're using they're using RPG Maker
Okay.
to do this. And this is a screenshot of what they've put together.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I cannot find my okay, great. I got it. Oh, great. Nice. Wow.
Yeah, I have a fantastic little community. Will there be a second game after Pankapu? PQ asks.
Oh.
You did mention that there was a larger, longer storyline that you guys were putting together.
Yeah, exactly. So so Pankapu is really just a small part, and it's the first step in order to understand the complete history, the complete story that you will find around the game.
How tough was the development process for Pankapu with just 4 to 5 people?
Yeah, I was writing, but yeah, I will say it out loud. So we are really lucky to have one of the main developer, so the game designer and level designer, and it's a guy who's really well organized. So it's the guy who's doing everything in it, like the agenda, trying to find all the financement, where we can work, where we will find an exposition and stuff like this. So it's thanks to him that we managed to have a really good development process. Like I mean, the graphist can do have already a planning of everything that you have to do for like 3 or 4 months, and so the Jimmy, so the game designer, level designer, give him a lot of tasks to do, and in order to take it everything for better and give it to the dev and stuff like this. Sorry, I'm really bad trying to say it out loud, but if you want to manage a development process with 4 and 5 people, you have to be really well organized, and these 4 or 5 guys have to be independent, like they can manage their work by themselves. And like one is doing the development, another one is doing the game design and level design, another one is doing just the graphism, another one is doing just the animation, and if they are well organized, it's working.
How long did it take for you to grow that epic beard?
It's around 1 year now.
1 year? Okay.
Yeah, since I arrived in the studio.
I was actually saying to my wife earlier that the day that I'm no longer working in the position that I am working in now will be day 1 of 365 where I'm not going to shave at all.
It's exactly what happened for me.
I took a 2-week vacation, like 2 weeks of vacation, because I had some stored up, and we just moved into the new house, so that's why I don't have to shave right now, and I've got my little scraggle. I mean, it just looks like shading on my face in the camera now that I'm looking at it, but there's stuff there, I swear.
I can see, don't worry. I can see it.
You guys have any last things that you'd like to say to Ulysse? I'm run up on questions now that I've asked him about his epic beard.
And yeah, by the way, when you got like a beta or stuff like this of the game, send it to me. I really want to try it.
Whoa, did you you want to play their game about me.
Exactly. In fact, I love playing games, and if it's a really really good situation for me, thanks to this kind of work, is that I can play a lot of games. So send it to me.
That's one of the reasons that I started a YouTube channel and moved on to Twitch is I love playing video games and I hardly had the time for it, but now that I have, like, it is an understood reality that every weekday there are 2 hours I am untouchable. I'm going to be playing video games, I'm going to be streaming, and on the weekends that goes from 7 to as late as midnight.
Exactly.
When did you start getting into game design?
So I'm not in game design. Me, I'm just actually in communication and beta testing. In game design, it's just Jimmy who is doing all the game design of the game. Me, just beta testing, communication, and some part of yeah, of course.
See, these guys have been. Hero has been. He's funny about throwing hype out for things, and apparently now you just made him overhype himself.
Yeah, actually, I'm loving it. Trying to find the problem. It's actually my devs that really hate me when I'm finding it. Because I'm doing a lot of what's the name of it? Speed game and speed run. And so I'm trying to play Pankapu like this, even if in the studio they don't want to play Pankapu like a speed game, like a speed run, I mean. But I have a lot of skills in speed run. So I'm trying to put it in Pankapu in order to find bug, and after I send it to my dev, and it's throwing me a lot of stuff in my face after.
Okay, so like, are you trying to find? I know that like Teslagrad has a bunch of exploitable bugs that speedrunners use. That's the type of stuff that you're seeking out is those types of exploitables to try and...
Exactly, but in order to remove it. That's the problem. That it's really sad to say that because I really love speedrun, but they don't want to speedrun the game. So it's why I'm trying to find a lot of solutions in order to remove all the fast shortcuts and stuff like this.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense because, like, I know when I did a stream for Teslagrad, and I had a couple of speedrunners that were sitting in on my stream, and I had never played this game prior to, and they were telling me all of these exploits that I could do to make the game go faster, and like in my title I specifically put in brackets not a speed run.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to experience the game, I was trying to get the story and all of that, and then like a handful of times when I hit a point where it was like I don't know, I can't get past this one spot, it's driving me insane. Then they would drop these, you know, here's the speedrunner's hint for this section. Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that so I can move this forward, because as a streamer, nothing is worse than when all of the interesting stuff screeches to a halt.
Yeah.
Like, what's a good way to get your game out there? Well, before... I'm gonna cut him off before he even starts. This is a good start.
Yeah.
But... Go ahead, Ulysse.
Exactly. It's like this. It's just try to talk to the max to a lot of people. And be ready to see a lot of people playing your game and be amazed about that. It's what I love about this is seeing people playing my game. Seriously. Yeah, just try to talk about your game, explain how you are trying to make your game, and talk to people. Just really show them like it's my game, play it, please. And yeah, Game Jolt. Game Jolt.
That's how I found the first alpha was through Game Jolt.
Because I saw you were on IndieDB, no?
Yeah, I was on IndieDB. I was surfing Game Jolt, IndieDB, and
Okay.
I was kind of on and off the Let's Play Reddit. Like, I think I went to the Let's Play Reddit maybe once or twice at that point last year.
Yeah.
Now I am on the Twitch Reddit almost every day. But the Let's Play Reddit is actually where I spoke with another member of your team, and they cycled me to you.
Exactly. It's my intern that you met. I'm telling I took an intern recently in order to explain him how you can do communication with zero money. But I'm really sorry. I will have to let you now. Actually,
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually was making an attempt to wrap this up about 40 minutes ago because we had run the whole game and then run like a good 20 minutes of just BS and questions after that, and now we've run into almost 2 full hours. So, and that's great.
Don't worry, if you have other questions, really feel free to ask me and send me the beta of your follower to my mail.
Yes, absolutely.
But thank you very much, IP.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, Ulysse. I look forward to Pankapu. I'm going to continue following this. I cannot wait for this to go into beta, and really cannot wait for this to go into full release. So, above all else, thank you for working on this game, and thank you so much for letting me work on it with you. And I just lost your...
Of course, you're welcome. And
your webcam.
And thank you again.
That's fine. All right. So thank you so much.
You.
And I raised my glass because my other one is empty. To you.
Me too. It's empty now. Okay.
You have a good night.
And thank you again. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So that was Ulysse from Two Kind Studios. Oh, Omega! Ulysse Senpai! That was 2 hours of holy shit. I mean, you can't deny that was fucking cool. Not only did we did I get to play this alpha version, which is fantastic, and you guys can totally download, by the way. You can totally play this alpha yourselves. But in addition to that, the fact that we had one of the members from the team, from Two Kind Studios, in stream, but I have a checklist of things that will determine my success, things that I need to do, things that I need to complete before I consider myself a success as a Twitch streamer, and fairly low on the list is the whole getting partnered thing, because that seems like a wet dream that's far off in the future. But what we just had tonight is one of those items. It's one of those things that I wanted to have happen to make me feel like I'm moving towards success. But Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I raise my glass to you. Special thanks to Ulysse for coming into stream tonight. Really appreciate that. Cannot wait for your game, and laters.